Okay. I just dumped about 3 hours of footage onto the laptop, and my battery is at like 9%. So this is going to be quick. So if you've never seen me before, that's normal. I'm Connor, the editor. I'm the guy who actually puts these videos together. David is the one you see out in the lawn. I'm the one sitting in a room by myself, a dark room at midnight, cutting out the part where he steps on the rake. So I figured since the channel is still pretty new, I would just talk to you for a minute about what's been going on back on my end. No tips today, no protocol, just me catching you up. It's been a bit busier than I had expected. When we started this channel, the plan was simple. David films, I edit, we post. That lasted about a week. Now I've got a folder on my desktop called Lawn Stuff that has like 400 clips in it. Half of them are David talking to a patch of dirt like it owes him money. I keep the good ones. I keep more than I should, honestly, because some of the throwaway moments are actually my favorite part. So here's something that you probably don't think about. Every video that you've watched, somebody had to sit there and watch it 11 times first. That's me. I've heard David explain overseeding so many times, I could probably do it in my sleep. In his voice, I could probably do the whole script myself in his voice with a little pause he does before the word thatch. I'm not complaining. I actually like it. There's something kind of calming about it now. The comments have been wild, by the way, in a good way. I read all of them. Not David, me. So when you leave a comment and somebody hearts it, that was a guy in sweatpants. If you're lucky, eating cereal at 11 at night. That's the operation. That's who you're talking to. And a lot of you have been really kind. Some of you have been really specific, like aggressively specific about soil pH, and I love that energy too. So keep that going. We had a rough patch for a couple of weeks where the audio on like a whole shoot came out garbled. David sounded like he was broadcasting from inside a washing machine, and we had to scrap the entire thing and refilm it. That was a bad day. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's unfortunate when that happens. I sat there at like 1 a.m. trying to save it with every trick I knew, and it just wasn't happening. So we redid it. That's the part nobody sees. The reshoot, the do-over, and well, that's 2 days gone. But that's also kind of the whole reason I'm even on camera right now is because I wanted you to know that there are real people back here making mistakes and fixing them and staying up too late because we actually care how this turns out. It's not a machine spitting these videos out. It's me. Very often with cereal. What's the channel been doing lately? I actually been doing? It's been growing slowly, steadily. The kind of slow that's honestly healthier than blowing up overnight. Every week, two more of you show up and stick around. And, that does something to your head in the best way. It makes you want to make the next video sharper than the last. Somebody commented last week that they'd watched 3 of our videos in a row at 2 a.m. And I felt that. Because so was I on the other end editing them. I'm going to save all the future stuff for another video because I've got a couple things that I actually want to walk you through properly. And I don't want to rush that either. So here at now 4% battery. No, that's it. No update, no big announcement, no thumbnail with my face doing something super dramatic. Just want to give thanks to all of you for being here. While it's still small, you'll get to say you were early. And now that my battery is almost gone, so I'm going to plug in before it dies mid-sentence and makes me look, way more mysterious than I actually intend to be. See you Saturday.